Dimp Digital Presents Idle Game Chat.
Hello, Apps here from Dimp Digital and welcome to Idle Game Chat. This is the weekly video games podcast where we give our impressions of the video games that you can play today and react to the latest news from the wonderful world of video games. We are here every Monday on your favourite podcast app and YouTube, absolutely free. This week I'm joined by the reigning Dimp Digital Gaming Quiz Champion. It's Tom Adkins, not Adcock. How's it going?
I am very good. How
Excellent.
are you?
Yes, not too bad. I just realised it's Sunday as we record this, so Sunday the 26th. This will go live on the 27th. We never get things this close, usually.
No.
Unless we're doing a weekend with or something like that. Usually, there's some stuff in the library that's about a month old now. And fuck knows what we said. We was probably like, yeah, we're all still full lockdown, can't get out of the house, and it won't make any sense. So that's a little bit of exposure of the business there. But I just realised that since Wednesday, so that was the 22nd of July, I have drank alcohol every single day, including today.
Really?
So I've hit the bottle. That's it.
Hit the fuck. It's still them brew dogs.
It was a mixture. It was all sorts. It was brew dogs. There was some cider. Had some wine. Had a little bit of gin here and there. It really has been a mixed bag.
I haven't touched a drink for at least
since the day
week.
the pubs opened.
Yeah, I think I went down that Sunday and that's it. I was tempted to get back down one of them today or this weekend, but no.
Hand having that money in your pocket, innit?
Yeah, that's it.
Especially when we've got two fucking consoles that you might have to buy.
Well, that's the cut. It's the kinner.
We will see. But we've got a really fun show for this one. No surprise that we're going to be discussing the Xbox Games Showcase. We ran a poll this weekend, so we've got some results to go through at the end of it as well. And I put out a request on Facebook and Twitter to get comments from listeners, fans, people in gaming communities about the showcase. And you guys have come out in your drove, so we're going to get to some of those as well. What I would say is the guys on Twitter were blown away by the guys on Facebook. Like, Twitter is dead, basically, for interaction. Facebook, good lord. I think I've got everyone that posted a comment in the question I asked, but there could be more as we're sitting here recording it. It was really kicking off. So, Twitter, up your game. But it's as simple as that. Jack at Twitter, innit? Tell him. So get your users to be up in that game. At Jack. At him. One of the big guns.
Big gun boy.
Big need. Before we get into the meat of the show, time to plug some Patreon. It's patreon.com/idle game chat. You can support us financially there. You can tip us. I'm going to change the tiers again, so there's other stuff that's going to change in the coming weeks/months, so look out for that. But if you do have some spare change left over at the end of each month, head over to patreon.com/idle game chat, chuck us a couple of bucks, and you will keep us on the air. Well, you won't get rid of us by not paying. That is a lie. So it's just, as I've mentioned many times before, funds the endeavour of this and some beer. And because I've been drinking now for 5 days straight, the debts are piling up, so we need to address that and make sure we don't go completely under. Because you get beyond those mortgage payments, and you've had it, didn't you, Adkins?
You have, yeah. And it's stripped back, take your house off you, you're fucked.
Although, can I use this mortgage holiday thingy that was going around, or have I missed the boat on that? Because that was...
I don't know, I wondered that. I never did. It might still be an option. We're still affected by it, aren't we?
I'll give Boris a call. I'll give him a call and just check with him, because he seems to know exactly what's going on every day.
We should be getting one of these loans out, what the government are dishing out for these businesses.
Oh yeah, they are, aren't they?
Yeah, up to £1 million, some of them. So
imagine what we could do with that. How much could we buy with that? Could buy all the pubs in Wakering for that.
Cool, that would be fun. Just turn them into fucking internet cafes. Yeah. Really rotten rot.
Right, we have to look into this for sure. Before we go into what the specifics of the showcase, I'm not going to cover the pre-show that Jeff Keighley did. Because
I missed all that.
no, I mean, well, like if it's on the pre-show, you obviously don't think it's big enough to be on the main show, so I'm not going to waste time talking about it. If we get time, I might just run through it towards the back end of it. But I'll tell you one thing they did do, because I did watch it. They showed a world premiere. They showed several world premieres, but this is when I realised their version, or the version of world premiere that we were getting told, is not really of use, because it was another trailer for Watch Dogs Legion. I was like, right, so it's not a new game I'm about to see. It's a new...
No, it's just a
new trailer that I haven't seen of a game that I've seen plenty of now, because we had a fucking Ubisoft Forward a few weeks ago. And full disclosure, when I've watched the event a couple of times now, because I watched it on... Was it Thursday? Thursday, yeah.
Thursday, yeah.
I jumped on a video chat with the guys from Pixel Pints, which is another community podcast that's sort of been born out of the sifted.net website. So I jumped on there, had a few drinks. I was drinking anyway, so I thought, why not? And was watching it through that method with those guys. That was good and fun, but obviously difficult to try and take in some of the details, fuzzy thinking and all that, David. And so I rewatched it the next day. But shout out to the Pixel Pints guys. You can find them on twitch.tv/Pixel Pints, and they tell me they're on a good podcast app as well. So have a look for Pixel Pints. You can have a listen to those guys. So that's one thing. I was watching it pissed up and chatting to other people the first time.
Nice.
And then secondly, before this showcase occurred, we had the PS5 Future of Gaming showcase.
Yeah.
And one thing we talked about afterwards was the different approaches that we'd seen between Sony and Microsoft. Sony made it clear that there's going to be launch title exclusive for PS5. They won't be on PS4, so Spider-Man Miles Morales is one of those. And we'd mentioned that Phil Spencer had kind of hinted and stated that they don't really believe too much in the model of console generations. And the message coming out of the Microsoft side was that, this message I took from it was that we could look forward to playing a lot of games on our Xbox Ones and not having to get an Xbox Series X. So Xbox Game Studios were going to cater for the Xbox One for the foreseeable future. Later on, Phil said we won't hold back any games that need the extra power, and I was like, right, already you're sort of going back on that. And then the next one was it would be at least a couple of years, and I was like, well, hang on, now you're putting timelines on it. But I thought generally, well, it's nothing's going to be in this showcase that's going to matter to that. And as we go through it and then get to the end, we'll realise that was completely wrong. But it was called the Xbox Game Showcase. They did say that there wasn't going to be any hardware stuff here. So I was kind of thinking, I'm not going to see any new features. I'm not going to see the dashboard. I'm not going to see price. So that's immediately put aside. But one thing that I felt like I thought I was going to get going to this was a hard sell on the Xbox Series X and why I should get one of those. Was you going with the same expectations, or was you expecting it to be just more game focused and that could be Xbox One or Series X?
I thought they might chuck out, at least a decent video showing you why you should. And, they seem to just be focusing on their games. And it was more of an advert for GamePass more than anything. But my expectation was, I was expecting at least, I thought they might have moved first with a release date. We was going to get something. Yeah,
because they do lie as well, let's be honest.
Yeah.
They've fibbed before, and we've just gone through examples there where there's a bit of fibbing or miscommunication going on. So when they say they're not going to do something, they do. No. And we've had the bloody Last of Us really putting the wool over people's eyes. Last of Us 2 with trailers coming out that have got beta switch. So no one's to be trusted in this gaming industry. So you think there might be a release date then?
I thought they might have just done because with some of the games I was expecting certainly something would have maybe Halo would have had ended with a thing. Was quite shocked to see that it didn't.
Yeah.
But I suppose if they would have done that, then they would have had to do the console first.
Yeah.
But because Xbox seemed to have been going first at everything in this thing. They released the console a lot earlier than PlayStation. So
when did we first see it? Was it the Game Awards? So December?
Awards, so December last year, Well, I just thought it was just like a bloody hype trailer. And I was like, oh, fuck me. A new fridge that's coming out. Good Lord. So, I was expecting a little red herring or maybe even one last thing. But alas, it wasn't any hardware or any specific, so we're still waiting.
Yeah.
They did mention that they're going to be doing another one of these, which pretty much everyone's been doing.
Yeah.
So maybe that will be a more hardware-focused one, but...
Yeah, I think that's going to be the plan, isn't it? At some point, if they actually want to shift some of these Series X, they're going to have to say, right, here's why you fucking need one. And then maybe we'll all go, okay, now we know what you're talking about, Phil, thank you. I've saved me fucking pennies for that. But, yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, because the messaging coming out, I felt a little bit... Yeah, we'll get into it. Halo Infinite is how they kicked things off. Now... This could have meant one or two things. I was thinking, we kind of knew Halo was going to be here. They'd mentioned there's going to be an element of the campaign being shown. They're not going to show multiplayer, which fine by me. I'm not overly interested in multiplayer out of the gate. And I was thinking, like, do they just get Halo out of the way with and lead with it, and then we know or hope there's something later on down the line, like a big surprise? Or is it going to be one of those things that we know Halo Infinite's in the show, and actually they leave it right to the end, and you're sitting there going, right, so this is going to be the last thing. But... Yeah. In my view, they've done it the right way round. They chucked it out early, and we got to see some gameplay of Halo Infinite. What did you think of what you saw that 343 Studios had churned out? Industry, sorry. Just one other thing. They did say everything that was in this show will be playable day and date on Game Pass. So you mentioned about the Game Pass sale. That everything we talk about here is going to be on there. So if you've got it, lots to look forward to. But Halo Infinite, talk to me.
Halo Infinite. Yeah, I got to say, first impressions, when it first showed, I was quite amazed. I couldn't, like, seeing it run at a solid 60. Even
not used to it on these console ones, are we? No. Sony just going 30.
Yeah, that's it. So I've got to say, it was a nice surprise there. It looks crisp in the cutscenes and stuff. Old Joel's turned up. He's now helping out the Master Chief. He's also turned Russian.
Yep.
So... But yeah, I've got to say, first impressions, I was like, wow, cool, this is looking sexual. Right, let's have a little look at it. Then it comes out of the cutscene and goes seamlessly into campaign, into gameplay, and that's where my wow factor disappeared for me. It looked nice, like it looked pretty. There were some questionable technical aspects of the demo.
I saw fucking popping and
the popping was amazing. Yeah, there was a bit where they sort of stopped and did a bit of an E3 pan, looked at this like landscape, and you could just see all these textures popping in on the mountain as he focused on it. And I was like, cool, that's really not done him any favours. Other than, like I say, it looks all right. A lot of people have been questioning it, saying like it looks better on the 360.
Yeah.
But the trouble is, I was expecting more, like something you haven't seen before. And I know it's the first ever open world one, so that's gonna be a bit interesting.
Taxing.
If they can pull it off, are we gonna have another clear down merchant, or I don't know. But there was other than a new grappling hook, which seemed pretty sure that was the only thing that we haven't seen from a Halo game.
Probably.
Tried to pull my pecker. Other than that, I've got to say, I was, soured. Like, it looked okay. It may feel like a next gen. You've got to remember that this is still a work in progress.
Yeah, and there's stuff. There's been like articles coming out saying this was an early build, all that good stuff, and blah blah blah. I mean, let's be honest. I think it's quite clear that this was at some point, probably for quite a while, was going to be an Xbox One game, and it's just taken longer than perhaps anticipated. Or Phil went, by the way, we're releasing a new console in 2020, so if you want to fucking up-res it to that, have a go. So I think that it will be running on Xbox One and Xbox One Series X. Fucking names, Jesus. When's Phil gonna sort it out so I ain't got to trip over myself every time?
That's the trouble. Chopped that X-Way in the way, and he's gone, no, bid that off. Can't buy that anymore.
But yeah, the grappling hook probably was the only. And I mean, the big sell would be like, it's open world now. It's like, it doesn't mean it's a good thing. I'll tell you what. One thing that I thought when it first sort of cut in, there was like a title screen. It said press whatever they call that button now, the menu button, to play demo. And I was like, are they going to shadow drop a demo?
Oh, that would have been. Yeah,
Alas, that was not the case.
That was
But
not
I was
the case.
thinking that's what might happen, because I even checked the Microsoft store and I was like, nope, it's not there yet.
No, it's not. He's binned it. No, it's I don't know. It's just, I suppose it's because it's a bit of a franchise that's a bit of a labour of love. It's hard to wow.
It's gone from like peak to just bang average in my view. And this might,
that's it. Yeah,
this might be a bit of a theme going through, is that a lot of what is shown has not had the greatest outing last time out.
No,
and
that's
therefore
it.
you
That
think
sort of soured the experience. So yeah, trying to get that wow. I don't know. Just when I
think about this reveal to God of War for PlayStation, like a franchise also that was on the down a bit. That can't be denied. That was fatigued and stale, and yet the way that kind of Sony did it, they also did a gameplay trailer, but you could tell they'd completely ripped up the rule book and gone in a different direction. Whereas what I'm getting from Halo Infinite is, one, it could be a peak gas we could be looking at here.
Yeah. Sounds like that's what they're going to do, doesn't it? But
Infinite.
They've said they're not doing the Destiny thing.
What does that mean?
Exactly.
Because they've done it pretty well for a while, so if you're not going to do that, what are you going to do? The Anthem thing? You're going to try that one?
Yeah. Try
your luck at that.
In a couple of years. Cool.
But I just look at the two differences, and I think one got a franchise that was probably still decent, but not in its upper echelon, back to peak. And off the back of one showing, people were hyped on that. And then Halo Infinite is just like, blah.
That's the thing, yeah. I just wasn't wowed. I wanted to come away from that trailer being like, fuck, I want to get that. Yeah. I want to buy a console because I want to play that the best I can.
Yes.
And I just didn't feel that demo done it for me. I was sort of just like, all right, it's more Halo. It just looks like more Halo. Like I don't know, like if I'm that invested to see the story and stuff, but that's never really been why I play it. I do like the story, but it's never gripping and amazing, you know. You ain't writing no films and books about. Well, I suppose they are.
Got a TV show coming in with somewhere along the line.
But yeah, it's just I don't know. There was no wow for me. And, you know, I'm sure the hardcore fans liked it, but it certainly seems like they need to up their game if that was their showing off their gameplay of their new sort of leading franchise. Flagship, that's the word I'm looking for. Their flagship title, and that's Boost. I was sort of, lukewarm reception. Lots of memes coming out from the monkey.
Oh God, yeah. That
was an official screenshot apparently that was then submitted after and there's people absolutely picking it apart.
Not surprised. Like
becoming a meme.
I get like the industry's regressed on showing stuff like God of War did, because if it doesn't look like that, or it's heavily different from when the game comes out, you'll know about it. You won't get away with it nowadays. So, and although that wasn't perfect, God of War, I think it was close enough that people, and the game was good enough anyway. Yeah. That helps when you pull out one of the best games of the generation. Probably going to get left alone if your initial sort of concept gameplay was not exactly right. But I think they in many cases, many publishers and developers choose to regress and show less earlier. Whereas Halo, we've gone for, it's not early, but it's late in the day, and yet still that's getting wheeled out.
Yeah,
it concerns me.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does concern me.
Phil.
Yeah. Come on, Phil. Is there anything else later in this conference that can boost? That's the question.
Well, we'll find it if it is, and if it gets dragged further down, don't worry, you'll know about it as well. We then moved into State of Decay 3, Undead Labs. I played the first State of Decay on my old PC, so that'd been more of a potato than your one. And
cool.
Rough as ours is doesn't describe how rough the game was on that PC. Like, it ran like garbage because the PC was really struggling. Like, it would just freeze for 2 seconds at a time when I was driving around.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the gameplay loop. I enjoyed the actual idea of it all. And State of Decay 2 comes out. Got diabolical reception. I thought I ain't going to bother.
Yeah.
It was a janky mess when it was released.
I think I played the demo of the first one on 360.
Yeah.
And yeah, you got a little bit of the gameplay loop. Never played the full game. I had intended to, as it was on Game Pass. But yeah, it did look janky. And then exactly the same with you too. I thought, oh, this could be my jump on point. Yeah. And then alas, another janky mess. Or I just saw Luke
right now. It's one of those maybe, but
that's it. And now this one and
CG trailer.
This is it's a late again. It's annoying because these don't cut it for me anymore.
Right. What do you fucking want? There's a zombie deer. That's the kicker. There's deers that are zombies. Was it a deer?
It was a deer. Yeah. It was a woman screaming at a wolf at first. I was
Scared it off. Scared the poor little fucker off. It only wanted a bit of meat. Starving. Horrible.
Starving. And they got his fucking throat ripped out by. But I thought this trailer looked incredible. I was like, cool. What is this? New IP. Here we go. And I was like, it had Last of Us vibes with like the snow and that. And it looked like that sort of was obviously a zombie. And to be honest, I'd completely forgotten about State of Decay. So that weren't even in my head. And
I did, yeah. I mean, when you've got a name of Undead Labs, I suppose your next game's always got to be zombie related. But
yeah, true.
I wasn't expecting to see this. And in all honesty, it's not going to be anytime soon anyway.
No, I hope it'd be awesome if they did want to go for like the proper AAA and they go right. Let's just make Xbox's Last of Us. Let's proper make this story orientated with proper rich characters.
Let's do the open world that Druckers was scared of.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. They could do it if they've got the financial back in there, but instead you see that title screen for it. Well, at least I did, and I was like, oh, here we go, another 7 out of 10.
Tops, yeah. That's again, we talk about the franchise that's been dragged through the mud. Again, you release games that aren't any good, and the appeal of that franchise wanes. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, and it's hard. I don't like saying that because I've not played State of Decay 2, but I mean it's all out there for people to see and read about, like, the mess of it, and with the amount of time that we spend playing games and the amount of games that are out there, you have to make tough choices. And if something looks like an estate, I'd rather play something that's not.
That's it.
So that's what
did they talk about this after?
I think they did.
Because that's what they seem to do with a lot of these trailers. They show the trailer and they have like a minute talk with the developers. I'd love it if they did just sort of apologise for the first 2 games. We're sorry. Let's say, look, this is a complete, almost a sort of reboot. We're going to really make this a AAA game and one to get your hype up. Like I say, we're basically going to rip off The Last of Us, make it a more fucking AAA game with rich characters. And then that might get me hyped. But if they go, no, we're just going to expand on what we've made and it's going to be the next best State of Decay, we're going to really go for that 7.5 out of 10. But, I should give them a go. But I need something to pull me pecker.
Yeah, there's nothing there. Not even a zombie deer can pull your pecker.
No, it looked fun, but all right. But that's what I'm saying. These CGI trailers, all right, they're good for. I quite like them if you got a huge announcement at the end of a thing, just so we know it's being made.
Yeah.
I can't imagine there's probably a small few, but the majority of those fans are not going, oh, thank God, number 3's in development. It was dead in
the water State of Decay, that's back. Yeah, no, I get you. So
save it for that, but at least show us what we're going to be getting a little bit.
At least start on it and then move on.
Yeah, then move on.
Forza Motorsport Turn 10, not going to be a launch title. In fact, it's the first Xbox it's not released of a Forza game.
So that's when was Horizon 4? Was that 2018?
I think so, but that's Playground games, isn't it? Do that. Yes. There's 2 of them. Turn 10 do like the GT style one.
That's right.
And that's what this was. This was, I mean, we talk about reveals at the top end of what I want to see gameplay. So we've had Halo Infinite. At the bottom end, what I don't want to see is State of Decay. CG doesn't tell me much about the game. Doesn't show me much about the game. Forza Motorsport's the sort of just the one rung up from State of Decay because it was an in-engine trailer. But didn't show any gameplay either.
No.
But it promises native 4K, 60 frames per second, ray tracing, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I won't put too much salt in an in-engine trailer because...
No, because you still will see what you're getting almost. And these sort of racing games, they do look
They'll look
very
fucking
pretty.
good.
The only annoying thing is that they never do look as good in game as when
No.
you're watching a replay or.
No.
I always remember that when you like seeing the trailer for like Gran Turismo, and you'd be like, "God, look at this!" And then when you're playing, you're like, "Well, that's not the same game."
That's not what you
But-
showed me.
No, but they do look very pretty. I mean, 4 was incredible. Even 7 was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, this did look tasty. Like you say, better than the State of Decay thing. So we see what we're getting for our money's worth. But again,
Not quite enough, is it?
yeah, for me, I mean, I love them Horizon games, but
Yeah.
because I love those Horizon games, it's now soured my experience with the Forza Motorsport.
I'm not going to play Forza Motorsport. I mean, like they mentioned about this one is that there's the rumor going round is that this is going to be called Forza Motorsport, so it won't be having a number on it, and it's going to be it might be an ongoing service type job.
Is it?
So
Right, because they seem to be trying to do that with Horizon 4.
there's loads of updates on that every fucking week.
Yeah,
Chuck something
you
out.
seem to have different events going on, new cars getting added. So yeah, it looks like they're probably going to do something like that. It's the current trend to go back to original names: God of War, Modern Warfare, all that good stuff.
Just get a fresh slate. We'll get to Fable, but again, that seems like it's going to be called just Fable. So they're trying to cleanse
They're trying
you
to
of.
keep in with the trend.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to see what we're getting. But it's not coming out for launch, did you, Sadie? I missed that.
Yeah, not coming out for launch.
2021 jobby, is it?
Well, we'll get
Even
to
if
what it
that.
could be. Based on what Phil says, I'm expecting 2022.
Cool.
So that's the true launch of the Xbox Series X then, because it's always when Forza Motorsport goes. So
Yeah.
I have to wait till then. This is a soft launch these first 2 years.
I was going to say, yeah. Well, on the old E3, they used to always bring in like a Porsche or something, and just stick it on the stage.
That saved a bit of money this year at least.
I was going to say, yeah, just going, fucking hell, can't we just stick a Skoda on the screen or something? Get Biff see it. That'll sit there and dent in.
If I was to say to you, Rare are making a new game,
Ooh.
if I say it to you now,
Sea of Thieves 2.
would you have a different reaction if I told you that, say, 15, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
And again, it's another. We got Everwild. They showed us.
Everwild. It looks an interesting one. Yeah,
It looks interesting
pretty.
art style, but what the fuck is it?
Yeah. I was baffled. I was expecting, like, a lot of people were expecting a reboot of Banjo and Kazooie.
Right. Yeah.
So that was the big rumor before. Obviously, he was added to Smash.
Yeah.
All these platforming games all seem to be getting reboots. Spyro, Crash. So you expect old Banjo to make an appearance, but no, we get Tree Hugging Hippie. No, it's an interesting thing. It's it almost got like Horizon vibes from it. That sort of, earthy, windy business. But yeah, was sort of a bit mystified by it.
Tough, innit? When you see something you have no idea about and it's just
Yeah.
that, you're like, okay, I like the look of this, just the aesthetic of it, but without telling me what this world is or who these people are or how it might play, again, tricky for me to be interested. But it's on that little list in the back of my head where I go, right, keep an eye out for that in future.
Yeah,
and we'll see how it develops. And if it starts looking good, then we can gear up for some proper hype. But
a brand new IP from Rare, unique and unforgettable experiences await in the natural and magic world. Well, that's all you're offering me.
Yeah, and I'm going to offer them a goodbye because that's not enough. That's not enough for me at this level. But it's on the list.
That's free, so it'll be on there. Give it the ground, but yeah, I wanted to see more.
I'll see it in 2 years' time.
Yeah.
Tell me why. Don't knob. Don't knob. Don't. Don't
That is
nod.
The Dimp Digital advice of the week. Don't nod.
Don't knob. Not under this pandemic. Seriously, don't knob. You don't want that on your plate as well. Good lord. So yeah, tell me why. This is another. Looks like another narrative type game. I'm going to play it. It's on GamePass. The first chapter is coming out 27th of August. I like these little adventures that they've done.
Are these all? Because I've only played the first Life is Strange, and it's not that I really liked it, to be honest, and I'm just waiting for it all to be on Game Pass to get stuck into the rest of it. But I know they have been doing these little spin-offs with like, what was it, like something about Captain Fantastic?
Oh yeah.
And then they've had another one. Is this all sort of set in the same realm, or was it?
So Life is Strange 1 and 2 were set in the same realm, but separate stories.
Right.
I don't know about Tell Me Why.
What about that Captain Fantastic?
Captain fucking whatever his name was. That was set in the Life is Strange universe, whereas this seems like it's a chapter standalone story.
Right.
I don't know whether it's going to be set in that world or not. One little extra note just to really rile up the internet dwellers. It will be having a transgender character as one of the leads.
So there we go. Get your Twitters ready for
draft
the
your tweets
director.
for all the haters. Yeah, they won't
get
be
your
liking that.
anti-Semitic tweets. He's probably not even Jewish or anything, but still.
Just get up. Anything, any sort of hate, they're ready for it. So that'll annoy them.
Good lord.
Ori and the Will of the Wisp. Now, Moon Studios, lovely little studio. Still need to get round to playing these Ori games.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a stake in the ground here.
Yep.
And say this is about the only thing that made me interested in Xbox Series X, because the whole premise around this was about how they're going to optimize it for Series X, giving it 120 hertz and higher resolution, all that good stuff. And I was like, okay, so here's something about the Series X, and
that's it. Yeah,
they're gonna run it on 20 hertz. I don't know how many TVs out there running at 120 hertz. I don't think there's many, but my monitor could, I guess. I can run it on that.
Yeah, that's going to be a toughie. I have not seen any, or if any, TVs, modern 4K TVs that run at 120 frames per second. No. It's great that they're giving this option, but if I'm plugging it into a monitor and I can get these games on my PC, again, is there any... Where's the incentive to buy this X? Why don't I just get to use the money to upgrade my current PC?
Well, they might not release the patch on PC. I don't know what they're doing. They could be one of those jobbies.
I suppose you could get it anyway. Could you get?
Maybe. To be honest, the original. Yeah, you're right. Maybe someone can correct us. Does Ori and the Will of the Wisps on PC already run at 120 hertz, 120 frames?
Yeah.
You tell us.
Yeah, I've played the first one, but not. I've only got about 5 hours on PC as well. But
there you go. At least 60 FPS, but at least they made a go at showing what the Xbox Series X might have.
Like you say, it's giving that incentive, and if they're doing that to go, because I didn't think for a start they'd be able to get 120. If I can struggle to get 30 these days, if they can get these sort of games up to 120, I mean, it is a gorgeous game as well. Yeah. What sort of resolution are we getting out of this?
Yeah, 4K.
1080p jobby with a 120.
I think it'll be 4K.
4K,
rock solid, I reckon.
Does seem girthy, but we'll be interested to see that. But like you say, this certainly was the first step in a sort of a promotion to say, right, this is why I've got to bin my thing, because it is I've been sitting there thinking now, going, right, I don't know if I'm gonna. I certainly probably won't be buying this console day one.
Cool, Phil.
But I don't know if I can buy it. Like if they're giving me these options and they're saying, well, you could play Halo at 30 FPS on your Xbox One X, or you play at 60 and Ori at 120, if you get it. But is that enough for these games, Am I going to go and buy a console for Ori, Will of the Wisp?
I wouldn't. That's just me. The Outer Worlds, Peril on Gorgon. So this is another nice little one. I put it in the same bracket as... Tell Me Why. As a Game Pass subscriber, this is good for me. It's a little bit of DLC for the Outer Worlds. Not really much to say, really. There'll be it'll be coming September the 9th, and I've got Game Pass, so I'll play that probably, because I half enjoyed the Outer Worlds. This is like the little Obsidian area, because we had 3 sort of...
I was going to say, I feel sorry for the poor fucks. They've got fucking their hands full after this.
Leave them alone. They've got some studios just going, we're setting it in Iceland. See you later. These poor fuckers are trying to drill out 3 games on the bounce.
So it was a real showcase that they're like, right, we've acquired. Microsoft. We've acquired Obsidian. Now we're going to fucking work them to the bone, and they're going to do everything you want.
There'll be a Jason Schreier expose soon. Microsoft run us into the ground, making us work on 3 projects on the go. So yeah, I'm interested in the DLC. I liked the Outer Worlds, so I'll definitely. September seems like a good time for that as well. Like before everything just goes. So good time for that. Go on.
The DLC go on to Game Pass as well?
Believe so, yeah. Well, Phil told me at the start of this that everything you see will go on Game Pass. Yeah, so he better do, otherwise I'll be phoning Phil up and saying, "Oi, he wants to be my mate, and he keeps fucking doing things like this." I'm like, "Come on, don't expect this of you. I expect it's a Sony, but not you. You're meant to be my mate, the friendly one." Grounded. This is actually out.
Grounded. Oh, is this the
Tuesday preview?
Oh,
so
this is the
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids
/ Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Yeah, quite like the trailer as well. Got a bit of a comedy effect. What they say, if you're waiting for the best game in the world, wait for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, they did indeed. Yes.
So, bit of comedy. Here we go.
Yeah,
it's the Joker of the pack.
But yeah, I've seen this before, Grounded. But this, we've got early access coming shortly. I'm really up for just giving that a go on early access on Game Pass. So thank you.
It looks like that type of game that, these are perfect for this, and it just proves that this fucking Game Pass package is possibly one of the best things to happen in gaming ever.
Yeah. You just try this garbage, and if it is garbage, you can go, see you later.
No, there you go. I've still played something better.
This looks like a game that Pape would enjoy.
Yeah,
like a survival
it could make like quite a good stream. I think if it's just like 4 players co-op or whatever, could be a good one for a stream session. Some arguments could be made over it. Some friendships broken.
That's what we're looking for. So the reason why we do a group stream, that's for sure. But yeah, we'll be seeing that on Tuesday. So if you listen to this after that date, have a look. If you've got Game Pass, worth a look, I'd say. Their final little reveal from Obsidian is Avowed, which basically, without this will save time if I just explain it this way, it looks like Obsidian's go at Skyrim.
Yeah.
Or Elder Scrolls, I should say.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a first-person role-playing game set. I believe it's set in the Pillars of Eternity world, which I'm not familiar with, so I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But essentially, a high fantasy type setting.
Certainly, yeah. That's what I got from it. Very Lord of the Rings-esque.
Yes.
The way that was waiting for some demon to come out. Magic focus. I suppose you could do that in Skyrim, couldn't you? But yeah, very much Skyrim vibes.
Yeah.
And this is the one that everyone's been to. Like when they acquired Obsidian, everyone was like, "Oh, when they start working on this new RPG."
So this is what I've got to say about that. That is what was said, and I said it. Everyone said it.
Did you?
Well, I was excited because of that. But no, I started that. No, I didn't. But when I saw their church, I thought, yes, actually, they got this great pedigree. And then we don't forget, they did just release the Outer Worlds, which is a sci-fi RPG first person that has like very similar beats to it. And although I loved it and thought it was great, it wasn't that good. No. And the people have now seen this and gone, "God, it's gonna fucking blow me cock off. That's gonna pick me a pecker," or whatever you were saying. Pull me pecker.
Pull me pecker.
And I just think, well, hang on. Go and play the Outer Worlds and then get back to me. And then just let me know how you feel like that worked. Because if you didn't like that, you might be a little bit disappointed with this. That's a bit of a negative way of looking at it. But I feel like the data's there, as Paper would say.
Yeah, the data is there. Yeah, I'm interested. I mean, it's again with this Game Pass, it's something, unless it really does pull me pecker and fires it into oblivion, then I would have gone out and bought it. But 9 times out of 10 with this sort of thing, I'll probably go, I'll leave that. Yeah. But with it coming to Game Pass, I'm now thinking, it's there. I'll give it a little sniff.
Yeah, exactly.
So, definitely one to watch, but
miles away.
Very little what we saw, so you can't imagine it's very far in development.
No, but looking out for Avowed, that's on the shortlist as well. As Dusk Falls is from a developer known as Interior Night and is headed by a former lead designer at Quantic Dream. So we don't. This was like a
the one that was like the oil painting.
yeah,
Yes.
very much like a, what do they call those comic book style things, graphic novel type.
Graphic novel type thing.
Yeah, and I don't think the game's going to be that, but that's how the cutscenes may be told. I'm assuming. I'm assuming it's going to be very similar in gameplay towards a Quantic Dream game. In the lots of interactivity and things like that. Maybe a bit smaller scale because it's a smaller developer completely. But yeah, I like the premise of this. It looked like there was some sort of robbery taking place and someone gets killed and then the kid grows up and maybe goes and meets them. So again, on the short list, not really much to be able to talk about.
No, an interesting take. Haven't seen that sort of art direction before, so taking risks, what you like to see.
Have a little go, see what's going on.
Yep.
And then we get to Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
Here we go.
Ninja
now,
Fury.
this is the one that you're all waiting for.
Unreal Engine 5 powered.
Powered. Some real meat and bones. We've had the announcement trailer. We're going to get some real information now. And we get told...
It's set in Iceland.
It's set in Iceland. See you in
Lovely
a couple of
place.
years. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
But that was it.
That was it.
Sorry,
Little friend
bye. See you in a couple of years. Okay.
came on, had his little top knot on his head and went, yeah. Right.
Did have a top
Come
knot.
on, mate. I'm hyped for this. Everyone loves it. It was a great game, the first one. Did some interesting things with your headphones on.
Yes.
Now, I'm in Iceland. What's going on?
I don't know. What a weird thing. I mean, I guess they had to put it in, but
Yeah.
come on. I don't know. It is what it is. And yeah, I enjoyed the first one. I didn't love it though. I liked the premise of it and what it was kind of doing.
Puzzles.
Oh mate, fucking hell.
Yeah, for the most part, combat was a bit iffy, but I just think the setting, certainly the performance was incredible from that lass.
It had some higher moments for sure.
Yeah, so now that they're acquired by Xbox and they've got fucking Phil's pocket money coming in left, right and centre.
Well, they're fucking off to Iceland for a year, it sounds like. They're taking the piss out of him.
Been fucking locked down for 4 months, you bastards. How are you getting in and out? They're going, yeah, weekend trips on Phil.
Deary me. Now, if I said to you that Psychonauts 2 could have come out 2 years ago, like, it was ready to go, kickstarted, ready to fucking go. Tim Schafer had it done, wrapped up.
Tim Schafer playing games. It's so funny. I've been watching a lot of Kind of Funny.
Yeah.
And I think they're really good mates, that Greg Miller and Tim Schafer. And they were like quizzing him on it. They were like on his reaction. And he was going like, he's just such a really good friend, but I hate all these games. It's like, I just don't enjoy playing these games. It's like, oh dear. Poor Tim Schafer.
Poor old
but
Tim.
I've never played. I think did he do Brutal Legend?
Yes.
That one with Jack Black didn't he?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is it worth a 2-year delay just to have Jack Black in it?
Jack Black in there. He's gone, fuck's sake, I've got to wait for him to do Jumanji too.
Yeah, he didn't expect him to have a resurgence career. He was like, his career's in the shitter now, so we can get him very cheaply and quickly. And he was like, no, Jumanji's really took off, I'm afraid. And he's like, oh, fucking hell, Jack.
Thank Jack. Now he's got this fucking incredible YouTube as well, Jablinski.
Pay for the nose string. But he said, I've got Phil's pocket money now, so I can pay what you want. He went, come on then. So he was singing some songs in this, and we got a little look at Psychonauts 2. I don't know what's going on with Psychonauts. I never played the first one.
Paul seemed very excited by it. He played the first one.
Well, but he hasn't. If it ain't Battle Royale, he ain't playing it these days. That's unfortunately the pit he's fallen into. We couldn't go a showcase without seeing Destiny 2. So we're going to have it's coming to next gen consoles, which we kind of knew.
It's bad
anyway.
that it still says a Bungie. I'm like, oh, Halo. No.
Yeah, that's when Halo was good. Sorry. But so what was the highlights here? It's going to be part of Game Pass, and there's going to be including all its existing expansions. And
I can transfer over my save, actually, can't I?
Yeah, you can do.
I've got to say, I did. Well, I was always been a PlayStation Destiny.
Put it over there, couldn't we?
The last one I binned it. When did I bin it? What was the last expansion I did?
Oh God.
Before that one with Cade. What was that one? Forsaken, so whatever was before then. Yeah. I think it was the 2.
I've erased Destiny.
Yeah.
Head.
And I thought, cool, it's probably a completely different game now. So if they're dishing it all out for free, and then I thought, you know what, I can't be fucked.
I can't even be fucked to put it on the hard drive.
Just remembered, no. Cool, I bet that is an absolute stinker these days.
Oh God,
for size.
Daring. Even Sir Dave's on the old WoW Classic.
I was going to say, I ain't seen him playing much. His Steam stats ain't clocking up.
You heard that, Sir Dave? You ain't good enough at the moment.
You ain't good enough. Where's these fucking 600 hours?
Did you ever play Stalker?
Stalker? No, I didn't. No.
Do I?
No.
I'll tell you what, I used to always get Stalker and Fear muddled up because they both put dots or try to be an acronym type thing. But I never played either, so it didn't make a difference to me. But one of the surprise packages was that Stalker 2 is coming. Again,
another decent trailer. I was like, cool, what's this fucking crazy? I thought it was like Chernobyl, the game.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be another fucking...
Yeah, I thought it was Metro, to be honest. I thought, well, Done Exodus was only last year, was it? 2019?
Yeah.
That went on to GamePass, so I was expecting another one.
It's an Epic Game Store for free as well, and snacked it on there. Thank you.
Yeah.
50 gig, though. Good.
It's an interesting one. What is it, first-person shooter?
Yeah.
Sort of Metro-esque thing?
Fuck knows. It's 2007 the last game come out. So you're asking a lot of anyone's memory to go back and suss out exactly what it is. I don't know enough about it, to be honest, to even...
No. And is it an exclusive, is it? Is it PC and console, is this? Or is this a third-party game? Let's have a Google.
I believe it's going to be Xbox Series X and PC. I don't know if there's going to be any other...
Shadow of Chernobyl, they're calling it.
Excuse me, good lord, should have cut that out, really, but I haven't. Bloody Nora.
Here we go. Oh, who's doing it then? Still cool. Their website just takes you to a trailer.
Yeah.
That's handy. Euro game, here we go. Oh, fuck off. This trailer... Yeah. Frequently asked questions. Cool, get your fucking...
I think they're launched, so they're saying timed exclusives, what I'm reading here.
Okay. So what is Stalker 2? It's a unique blend of first-person shooter, immersive sim, and horror.
Right.
With a real thick atmosphere. One of the biggest open world to date is yours to explore.
I'll stop you there, Adkins. Can you put a note to CSC Game World, who are the developers, and stop them and say, you can keep telling me all this, but can you just get Stalker 1 somewhere where I can play it now?
I was going to say, I'll
have a go at that. And then you get back to me, you tell them that, put it in the comments or whatever. I don't know how you guys work all this technology.
That's it.
But, I mean, it's got a lot of hype from the people that played the first one. It's a bit of a diamond, so I'm...
always thought it was more of a PC-centric game. Yeah, so it seems like they're trying to bring them over to the console.
Yeah, well, I think it only released on PC before. I don't think it came to any console.
Was it really?
Yeah, so that's probably why, and it's, there's definitely games that are on the PC that never made a console that is a sickener to sort of not played, and I'll be having a look at this for sure when I get a chance. Yep. Warhammer 40k Darktide, Fat Shark, pre-rendered trailer. Next.
Yeah.
Tetris Effect. Connected. This is an update on the Tetris Effect.
Yeah, it had like a fucking. Is this? Do you have to have a camera to play this?
I don't know, mate. I know the Tetris Effect's a VR game.
Oh right,
it's on PlayStation VR, so I'm guessing. I think it's been to go on Xbox. It's got to have been updated to work without that. But any game that goes from VR down, other than perhaps Resi 7, I think you lose a lot of the game.
Yeah,
the gunk. Image and form. SteamWorld series.
SteamWorld? What, the dig?
I don't know if they're actually done the dig, actually. I believe they did. But at this point, I'll be honest, even the second time I watched it, I was struggling.
That's it, I
was really like a bit disenfranchised by this point.
Yeah.
And I thought, what have you done to me, Microsoft? Phil, what have you done to me? Yeah, SteamWorld Dig, they did as well. And I started losing nearly all interest because we had the gunk, which don't get me wrong, Image and Form. I love SteamWorld Dig, so really I should be interested in this, but I was dying. The medium we had. Bloober Team. This looked quite promising, actually.
I was going to say, I felt this was very apt. Very, it has a bit of a. I thought it was Silent Hill. I know this is already. This was this part of that Xbox trailer, the one they had before, where it was all fucking. They're like the gameplay stuff, and it was all fucking CGI trailers.
Yeah.
So we already had this announced, but it had escaped me.
It didn't land then, but it landed in this one. To be honest, this kind of woke me up a little bit.
That's it.
And then they put me to sleep with Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis, but we'll get to that because the medium deserves a little bit of chat. But this showed like. It's like there's two worlds basically rendering at the same time, and you can kind of switch between them to solve puzzles or whatever atmosphere.
Yeah, and this was almost showing off a bit of why you should. If this was an exclusive to its Xbox One X, saying that with the power of Xbox One X, Series X, fucking shit.
Yeah.
That you could only play this game on air because it's running this seamlessly two worlds at the same time.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Yeah,
it is.
Oh, is it? Yeah. This is just.
They didn't fucking make it clear, the cunts. In fact, there's several games we've gone past that I purposely didn't say because I'll list them at the end. These ain't coming to Xbox One. Some of these. So Phil's messaging that he gave us is fucking. He slapped us around the face here.
Go into Xbox Game Pass.
But you won't be able to download it on your little Xbox One.
Right, so it just said.
You might as well throw that X in the bin now, mate.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait a while. But this was it. This is kind of like what I would have liked to have seen out of a Series X type showcase, and not that I kind of was expecting that, but then I looked at what it was called, Xbox Games Showcase. It doesn't say Series X anywhere in there, so maybe. I just thought the time was right to strike, but we know there's one coming in August now. We think there's one coming in August, so that's got to be the real showcase for Xbox Series X. But this is a game that has that potential, so pleased to see something in here that caught our eye and was both like, that's now showing off some potential power. Again, we don't really know too much about it. Second showing, but definitely on the high end of the shortlist. And then like I said, Phantasy Star Online 2, New Genesis put me to sleep. Crossfire campaign from Remedy.
Yeah. Was Remedy, was it? It's huge in like Korea or somewhere.
Yeah. It's one of those weird games. Well, not weird games. One of those games that's huge in like a foreign land that obviously just hasn't landed with Western audiences. And this is the campaign section of it.
Yeah, it looked like it was trying to compete with the likes of like COD and that, trying to have that big COD campaign.
Up your arse,
Jeff. Very like scripted set pieces. It seemed were the thing, which I'm a big fan of. To be there, fucking Naughty Dog boys lap that shit up. Absolutely. So an interesting one, but Like you say, by the end of this, I was like, right, fucking come on, get to
how many games do I need on Game Pass? I was thinking, too many. And then it closed with Fable. CGI trailer.
Yeah, another CGI trailer. This was a big rumour mill, and is it Playground that doing this? The ones that did
Forza Horizon.
The Forza license. Yeah, so I've never played one myself. It's one franchise that I've never taken interest in.
Played 2 and 3, I did.
Very good, decent.
Yeah, I think 3, I remember not having as fond memories, but 2 I certainly really enjoyed. It's one of those games where it never quite reached its potential, but with this new power, there's no excuses.
Get them on that fucking Game Pass. Get me up to date.
Yeah, well, it'll be on there, won't it? Oh, yeah, I think they are or will be. Pretty sure that it won't be far off.
They've always been.
But this looks like or sounds like it's going to be a reboot anyway.
Right, so
I'd be walking away.
Back to that OG name.
Yeah, I'd be walking away and just accepting this as number one. But we didn't see a lot of it. It's nice to know it's happening though, because that's been a mistreated franchise. What was that? Was it called Fable Legends that they cancelled?
Fable Legends was the one they cancelled. Yeah,
and that wasn't looking like anything like Fable that I wanted. It's like an asymmetric competitive game. So this Right, I'm like, good. Playground games, although I don't love the Forza Horizon series like many people do, I can respect their work, and I know they've got potential to do a good job on an open world game, and they're British, so they're going to get the Fable sort of humour. You know, just as a fact, the British are funnier than the Americans. So if you want your comedy, ship it over here. Okay,
that's it.
That's a fact. But yeah, looking forward to Fable. Whenever that comes, probably 2 years. But that closed out the show, and then more information was dropping, all sorts of trash. That's when we found out about Halo Infinite not being Halo Infinite 2 coming. It's probably going to be a platform. And we got the big bombshell that Sir Phil says, well, not Sir Phil, but Microsoft clarified that what Xbox Series X games are cross-gen and which ones are exclusives. So there's a bit of a... If you watch it again, you can actually see there's little logos at the bottom. Some don't have Xbox One on them, and you wouldn't notice that first time through because you'd never think that was the case, because we've been set up to think everything's going to be playable in the foreseeable future. And then afterwards, here's the little rundown. This is probably not an exhaustive list, but State of Decay 3, Xbox Series X exclusive. Forza Motorsport, Xbox Series X exclusive. Everwild, Xbox Series X exclusive. Avowed, Xbox Series X exclusive. A Dusk Falls, Xbox Series X exclusive. Hellblade 2, I won't keep saying the word again because it's starting to tongue tie me. Stalker 2, Warhammer, The Medium, and Fable. There could be more. I could have got one or two wrong, but that's the general consensus on the list. But that wasn't communicated clearly at all, was it?
No.
I bet you sitting there didn't even know that.
No, I didn't even know. No, I didn't know anyway. Because, I think it was you that said, wasn't it? Like, that was when we did that PlayStation one, and you were saying that. Talking about last week when we were talking about Ghost of Tsushima being the last exclusive, and you said, I thought it was a cross one. You were like, no, PlayStation have made the decision. They've come out publicly and said they don't believe in generations, that they're going to leave the PS4 behind, and we're going to jump ship to the PS5.
Chuck 100 million customers in the bin, they said.
Exactly. And then Xbox on their camp has always been, no, we're going to blend you all together, nothing's going to be exclusive for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're all there, and now we've just been shown fucking 10 games that we can't buy.
I know.
And the Xbox One X.
It's so muddled, like the messaging. I don't know how anyone can sit there and say that they understood that was the case when they come out the back of this. My assumption, based on what I'd read, what I'd been told, what I'd seen, was that we're going to see, and he did say foreseeable future, so that also suggests, and he said a couple of years at least. So those games I listed off, I think it's a wise assumption to say 2 years away potentially. So Forza Motorsport 2 years away. And you're like, cool. That's like a bloody staple of the Xbox brand.
Say GT 7, whatever it is.
8. I don't know what we're on now.
8, 9, 10. They'll fucking all be out by the time.
Just call it Gran Turismo. Reset it. Reset,
Swap
please.
names for a year. We'll see what happens then.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, it is confusing.
And to have to come out and clarify that afterwards shows the messaging wasn't
cool.
at all there.
Even old Greenberg, Aaron Greenberg, he done a couple of podcasts just to confront the backlash of Halo, and I see him sort of reiterating that, look, it was just a work in progress. Please don't hound us and turn us into memes.
I've heard it all before. I've had it with not State of Decay, Days Gone. They said that's a beta, and I said that looks not very good. It ain't going to change. And they went, yeah, it's a year out, and lo and behold, it weren't that great when it came out.
It came out to 6 out of 10.
Yeah, exactly. Fanfare.
Yeah. So overall,
stinker. What would you give? Go on.
I was just about to say, what was the options? So don't know.
Yeah, not at all. Very much so. So in this one, because Twitter is such a piece of shit platform, sometimes you can only put 4 poll options in. I wanted 5.
Right.
So normally I'd have 2 thumbs up, 1 thumb up, neutral, 1 down, 2 down. Couldn't have that, so I binned the neutral. So you can either go 2 thumbs up, 1 thumb up, 1 down, or 2 down.
Right. I'm going to go overall 1 thumb down.
Yep, I'm going to do the same as well. 1 thumb down. That falls into with our poll from all of our esteemed audience and gamers, 42% agree with you that, or us, I should say, that it's at least one thumb down. A further 24% would go as far as to say 2 thumbs down.
Wow.
27% said thumbs up, and only 7% said 2 thumbs up. So the split between up and down is 66% down, 34% up.
There you go.
I think that's what I saw in the reaction pretty much. That sort of split, like almost a 70-30, maybe 60-40 on another day. So
it's difficult because, like, you know, when you go back to their original showing of the Xbox One, and everyone was hounding the shit out of them, saying like, it's not about the games. Look, all you've gone on about is fucking TV, all this acquisition. And now they're going, right, no, we've heard your feedback. We're gonna do all about the games. So they do it all about the games. You're like, well, you ain't got
shit. Where's my Connect? Where's my Snap functionality or whatever it was?
What I want to say this time is fucking, how am I going to watch TV on this console? But no, it's just like I've always thought, like, you know, PlayStation's exclusive are night and day better. They have the goods, and Xbox, their Game Pass, that's unmatched. PlayStation, you know, they've got that PS Now, whatever. It's piss poor compared to this.
Oh yeah,
that's the thing. So I'm thinking, right, so Xbox have got this fucking excellent service over it, which this whole conference was almost a sort of love letter to it and an advert for it. If you ain't got it, you're fucking silly because it's the bollocks. If you ain't Xbox.
It is. The only thing I would like, so if someone come to me and put a gun to my head, which hasn't happened for a while, but if that happens again, they said, right, you've now got a choice to make, and you base this on your previous experiences. So use the data, as Paper would say. They go, you can either sit there, get a PS5, and play the third parties that come on that, buy all your games, because PS Now is not really worth it. You can go on that, but I think you're wasting more money. And then obviously their exclusives will come out and you can buy those and you'll be paying for those each time. Or you can leave that behind and go on to Xbox Game Pass, where you don't have to buy all these games we've listed, plus more, because we're always adding to it, and we've got all the first party stuff there as well. It wouldn't even be close for me to say I'll just stick with the PlayStation and buy my stuff, because I can then at least personally curate what I'm buying and taking a look and getting it, knowing or thinking it's going to be good or up my alley. Whereas I do find with Game Pass it is excellent value, but because you can't curate and choose, and the quality of the games just haven't hit the highs of what Sony's exclusives has. Like, that's what I want to be. I want to get to those big highs. Like, and Game Pass is steady, and you might get the odd one that you think, cool, that was really good. But the overall package, although for volume is unmatched, the actual quality, I don't think is quite there. And I don't have faith in Microsoft, based on this past generation, based on the messaging coming out the back of this, to trust them that any of these first-party games are going to be the dog's bollocks. And to be honest, I'm in the fucking business to play the games that are the dog's bollocks where I can. Yeah,
and that's it, exactly that. I mean,
muddled.
Yeah, that's what I'm
sick of this fuzzy thinking, Phil.
That's it. They've been building this up, you know, making these acquisitions. Like, that was their thing. They sort of give up, didn't they, towards halfway? They were like, right, that PS4 has smashed our Xbox. They've got the better games. They're selling them more consoles. Let's build for the future. They give up. They go, right, they've done a press conference. Look, we've bought fucking 10, 15 acquisitions. We're going to make fucking great exclusive games, and that's going to be our main focus, is to what I thought. And I thought, excellent, we're going to get some fucking incredible new IPs.
Crackdown 3.
We're going to get...
Like, can you imagine Sony just churning... And look, Days Gone wasn't a great game.
No.
But that's like a one-off almost, it feels like. And maybe we're completely just lying through our asses here, but that was like... That's like a one-off, and like and it feels like a lot of the Game Pass stuff, like day in date, that will be on there, will be of that level or a little bit better, but they won't be touching nothing like God of War. They won't be touching anything like Ghosts of Tsushima or Horizon, and they certainly won't be getting near that Last of Us Part 2.
No, that's it. And even Spider-Man. I mean, the list goes on. And this is the thing, like, you know, Gears 5 was a good game.
You know.
Fine. But that's really... all they've got. I mean, yeah, they seem to have put all their chips into Infinite, so we're going to have to wait, and then that comes out to a solid 5 out of 10. What did 5 get?
Let's have a look. Let's find you on OpenCritic. Let's shame Halo 5.
Halo 5. I'll go for meta. See what the meta is.
83.
83.
Fuck
to be
me, that's
sniffed,
high. That
is Halo 5. Yeah, 84. Well,
not on my book.
User score 6.4.
Oh, yeah.
That's more like it.
But they can't be trusted. That's my worry.
You know, they've got the money, the potential, the franchise is there. Make something different. Wow me. Give me Master Chief. You've got the nostalgia there. That's what you're doing. You remember we liked the old games, 1, 2, and 3. You making it look like it's OG, going back to on the original. That feeling when you first land on that Halo and you're like, cool, what's this? You're going for that, but it just felt like it sort of had that wow, and then you went, oh, it's still the same. Okay.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Need that wow factor.
Come on, we've probably got another at least one showcase from the pair of them.
That's it before.
I think it's still not changed much. I don't think this has made Sony more appealing. It's just made Xbox about the same. I won't say less. I don't think I've got less interested, but it's kind of just not pushed on. They've not kicked on from wherever they were before. So
I mean, I've always bought both, and I will get it. But like you, I just want something for me to go. No, I should get that day one, because at the minute, out of the two consoles, that's the one I'm thinking. Well, that can wait. There's nothing there.
No, and the thing is, like, we sit here recording a fucking podcast about gaming every week. We spend money on consoles and games and all this stuff. We save up all our money for that. Like, we're almost like enthusiasts, so we want to be sold something. We want to spend our money, really.
Yeah,
like we want to spend it on something really, really good. That's what we're hoping for. I'm just not getting that, and I think they're making it a little bit easy for Sony at the moment. Who really, if we look at it,
they're sort of feet up as well.
It's feet up, Miles Morales. Expansion 5 hours done. Thank you.
And everyone's gone, fucking hell. Now they've just dropped the bomb and gone, oh, by the way, that will be 4K 60.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So,
oh, God.
So stick that out there. So they're dropping that, and you're like, fuck, well, you know, come on. So, yeah, they seem to have just gone from, like, dropping out of E3. I remember just thinking, that's fuck. Why have you done that? That's annoying, and you know. But since then, they put their feet up and they're just fucking reaping the rewards. You know, they're just anything Xbox does, they're getting sort of criticised about and that, and they're just fucking whoever's running the show over there now. What is it, Helm? Is it the Helm?
Oh, he's doing the studio work. Yeah,
he's doing the studio work, or whoever's leading that. They're just sitting there, just cackling with their feet up, going, Miles Morales.
Miles Morales, fucking quarter of an investment required for that from the normal. We're gonna take titles with it. I think the one X factor we don't know will be price. So that's still to come. That's still to dissect. And that could shift many people. So it's not count that out.
What's your ballpark where you're going to go? No, thanks.
I mean, anything over 500, I'm going to have to look at and go, I would accept. I'm not going to say I would accept. This is absurd to be saying this. I would accept paying £500 of my own money, but that's what I'm preparing for.
What the PS3 was?
PS3 was £350, I think.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and Xbox was 4. Well, it might have been 4 and 450. I can't remember, but I'm preparing for 500 from either of these. Anything that comes in at that or below.
Oh, it's US dollars, wasn't it? PS3 was $500, and then or 600.
Oh, PS3, did you say?
Sorry, PS3. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that was like $599, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a lot more expensive.
Yeah, they fucked
PS4 because they went, cool, we're gonna have to dial this back, and then they go, actually, fucking no, everyone wants us. Whack that back up. Yeah. This SSD's costing me an arm and a leg.
Exactly. And we've got to put it up. We've got to make it so it can go on its belly and upwards. That's another fucking 300 quid. Let's get into some community comments.
Yeah.
Read through and react. So we've got PJ Close. This is his comment. Nothing looked terrible, but nothing shouted, this is worth spending hundreds of pounds on a new system.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Hit that on the nose, hasn't he?
Yeah. John Kiley. I think it was an odd decision showing a mix of current and next gen. the exclusives they've got were all pretty lame, to be honest. So again, he's mentioned there about the mix was was odd and confusing.
It is,
anyone was expecting there to be. It was even be one or the other I was expecting. It was like, here's this. I'm actually not going to tell you up front what's what. You're going to have to kind of research afterwards.
That's it. Get Big Phil up the front and go, look, there's going to be little symbols there. Fucking read them, yeah?
You have a look at that, and then that'll be your answer. Paul Kelly, not brothers, they're spelt different.
Chris Kelly's brother.
Could be. I'd just like to thank both Sony and Microsoft for not giving me a reason to buy their console release. Paul's not impressed with either of them, which I can understand that. To be honest, when we just spoke about, we've had Spider-Man, Miles Morales, 5 hours done.
Yeah.
And that's what we're being offered. It's not, that's a perfectly reasonable comment to make. Ryan Williamson, he's got 2. It definitely felt like an ad for Game Pass rather than the Series X, to be fair.
Agreed.
It's nice to know certain games are on their way at some point. Neither Microsoft or Sony have given me a reason to buy their consoles at launch, though. I genuinely think at this point, firms should consider delaying the launches. The world is a mess right now with COVID, and COVID will have hampered games production significantly, and many of the games will be further out now than ever because of it. If the games aren't ready, then what's the point in rushing the consoles out on time still? I mean, if that is indeed the case, is there can you really fault what Ryan said there? Like, if we're going to be launching light because the games are going to be 6 months more.
That's it. Yeah.
We don't know.
I agree with the boys. Right.
Could one of them delay it, or would that just be the death knell?
Yeah, I think that will be. It's almost getting like a head start, isn't it?
Fucking Phil though kept saying, we don't like the console wars. Then why are you launching right on top of each other?
Yeah, that's true. Are things like Cyberpunk getting an upgrade, is that going to be... Do you think there'll be many people that wait and go, no, I'm going to wait a couple of months? Was it 2 months, is it? It comes out September, is it?
No, it's back to November now, isn't it?
Oh, right, so it could
be launch window-ish.
Sure. Is that why they have got a release date, haven't they?
Yeah, I can't remember what it is now. I think it's 2 days before or after Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
I think I remember that. Actually, I've got it on my little calendar. So if it is just weeks and days, people are thinking, nah, fuck it, that's going to be a self-proclaimed launch title.
Yeah. So the third parties might fill in the gaps. That's it. Yeah, I mean, there might be enough there. Although there won't be specific next-gen games, they will look and play the best on consoles on either of those two. Obviously, if you're on PC, you're fucking laughing anyway if you've got the gear. So
it's true. You
ain't got to worry. Christopher Smith. I think what it boils down to is both Microsoft and Sony want to be out first. People won't be dropping £1,000 for both. Wow, machines. They will see the initial uptake as being important as driving future sales. And he's got a point there. Like, if you can get ahead in the game early, that can you then buy it. Your mates go, "What have you got?" "I've got this." "Okay, I'll get one." That definitely had happened previously. However, I think it's got a little bit of an edge knocked off it just because of the cross-platform play we've been seeing in the latter end, whereas previously that was a huge barrier. Like, we wouldn't be able to play with each other if we was on different platforms. Now it's not completely eroded, but it's gone. That might leave people to carry on buying the sort of the console they want rather than what Terry up the road's got.
Yeah, certainly a lot of people do have their preferences as well, don't they? Even down to the controller. There's a lot of people that say, I can't play with these asymmetric fucking, what's it called?
Sticks,
that's it. So, I'm hoping that is the trend as well. I hope that does carry on to this generation, because like you say, there's even fucking Switch games that are getting cross-platform now, so... Cool, imagine that with your Halos. Game Pass going on there, isn't it? That's the big rumour.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's one for you. Mohamed Saleh. So not quite your hero, but not far off from Big Mo. The Medium looked amazing. I really, really, really hope it lives up to the lofty Silent Hill comparisons, and although I still have no idea what it is the gameplay entails, I thought aesthetically, at least, Everwild was glorious, so I'm excited for that too. Shame Microsoft couldn't secure Phantasy Star Online 2 Remake, Balan Wonderworlds and Psychonauts 2 as exclusives though. Sorry, he's fucking blown that. I've blown that. Basically, he likes those two games. Overall, I'd give the Microsoft event a 6.5 out of 10. So he's not used the thumbs up like I've asked him, but
No,
he's gone for that.
Get back to us with the official grading system. Come on.
I can find it somewhere in the poll. It does list who's voted for what. Steve Kent.
Oh, go on.
It was all right, but not wow. All right games. I'm interested in Stalker 2 because I loved that on the PC.
Oh.
PC.
So do you think, is this going to bring PC players? Are they? Is it selling the Xbox to them? I don't think
it's selling Game Pass to them though.
That's,
I've
that's
got this fucking rig here. That's the game. We've had this conversation before, but that's definitely a factor.
That's it. Clarkey didn't buy an Xbox one at all.
No point. There isn't any point. If you've got that PC
he's got
there,
a PC. Yeah, he's like, I don't need to buy anything now. Like, he's just got Game Pass and he's going through like all the old gears that he missed and that. There's everything is just coming to the PC things. There's not a lot that he's going to miss out on, so there's no need.
Yeah, I think for PC players, the main takeaway here is that Game Pass is a steal for me. I've got to not only keep my hardware as happy as I am with my hardware, and I can get all these lovely games. Thank you, Phil.
Did you see today? I don't know if it was today or this weekend. They've now cancelled the 12-month subscription for.
I did read that. I don't know what again.
What is that?
that come out like days before this showcase.
Oh, was it?
What's going on now? More mixed muzzles going in. And I was like, what are you doing over there at Microsoft? Can someone just get on stage and fucking tell me what's going on? I don't know. Last community one from Facebook, and this is from the community king, Johnny Hunter. If we are to rate the showcase in regards of how successful it sold me on the new Xbox console, it was pretty poor from a marketing perspective. I don't see any reason there to put down 500 quid on a new console. I don't really know what Microsoft are playing at, to be honest, when it comes to the Series X. They keep saying it's not about how many consoles they sell, but how people can access their games. But I don't believe that jargon for a second. They should be focusing on ways to sell this brand new console. Otherwise, they're once again going to have another flaccid generation. There you go. Lovely use of wording. The showcase was good for showing off a wide range of games, though, even though there were some that didn't take your fancy. There's a decent variety. Yeah. And as Rybo has already stated, there was a good showcase for Game Pass. More than anything, I still wish they would learn to show off actual gameplay than bloody CGI trailers. Only then will I truly enjoy a showcase like this.
Cool. Flaccid Johnny.
Flaccid Johnny. And that's what you get from the Facebook community. So Twitter, up your game.
Up your fucking game. Yeah, no, I think he's hit it on the nail there, really. Good old Johnny.
Not the king of the community for nothing. He doesn't get things wrong, old Johnny Hunter. Got one last one to read out, and it's from Hall. He was the lone sort of Twitter wolf, and we've got to read his act. He's on the payroll. So
yeah, he's asked us too.
Thought the games look good. He's asked us, he's paid me. Thought the games look good. Console obviously in early stages, so we'd expect to see progress as devs get to grip with the hardware at the disposal. The fact that every game is on Game Pass makes this a huge win for Microsoft. Interesting to see if Xbox struggles as people migrate to PC. And we have touched on that, the PC threat, and I think it's a legitimate.
Yeah,
totally legitimate thing. I reckon there's loads of PC players cackling at this.
Yeah, there is. The struggle, because I mean these Xbox games, they never run on like high, like max settings. So and now they're introducing this ray tracing. That's the only thing I think. Can I upgrade my PC for this 4K ray tracing for less than thing? So that's the concern. But
the main thing for the barrier for PC for me is I can get a console for whatever, say it's 500 quid, and it will play, looks like going forward, most games in 4K on this telly with ray tracing and all that good stuff. If I wanted to upgrade my PC to do that and keep up running it at a decent frame rate, that would cost a lot more to maintain and initial outlay. So, of
course,
if you want the 4K, like the console's kind of the way to go. But if you just want the games and maybe to run at a higher frame rate, PC's there. And if you've got a super PC, you're laughing because you've got it all.
Yeah,
disgusting.
Yeah, it's a difficult choice to make, but
well, we'll be back, I reckon, because it sounds like there's going to be a couple more of these before this is all said and done, and August could be another very busy month for the world of gaming. As for Idle Game Chat, so you're going to get a bonus episode going up this Wednesday. That will be a rerun of the Fantasy Gaming League draft episode, which took place on the old Dimp Digital Unplugged feed. So that was an episode that was on our old podcast feed, but then got completely games focused, started putting things on Idle Game Chat and took off with that, and that's how we've become such a big success in such a short space of time. But we've been doing it for years, and we're going to put that in as a bonus episode Wednesday, so you can catch up on the Fantasy Gaming League. And then next Monday will be our kind of not quite mid-season, it's after the midway point of the season, but an update with Paper and Mark Smith Biff to see how their teams are doing. They are battling it out for the championship. The big bollocks is on the line for that one. And we'll also give an update on the Grand Prix. And again, I'm going to expose the business a little bit. We talked about recording things earlier. That was recorded about a week ago, so there's mentions of that on there. Stuff like Carry On didn't have a score, and I was like, I should have waited a week. But sometimes you just got to get them recorded when you can with these prats, because their fucking timetables are so muddled up. Fucking driving, doing whatever they're doing. But Adkins, good to speak to you as usual.
Yep,
and we'll be back when the next one is launched, or if something else has happened, a little bit more gaming takes place. So I will bid you adieu. Everybody else, thanks very much for your time, and ta-da.
This was a Dimp Digital production.